up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope you all are well. Hope you all are well. And I told you I had something special for tonight. As you can see, my guest is already in the building. I have Reverend Dr. Pastor. He is the man with the plan. Reverend Dr. Rodney Harris. Can y'all give him some love? Can y'all give me some hearts? Can I get some Philly love to Rodney Harris? We got something special going on tonight, and thank y'all for joining me. Another edition of Choir Stone Radio Show. While we're waiting for some more people to come in the room, Rodney, what's up, bro? Unmute your mic. Unmute your phone.
Yeah, there we go.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, dude. I'm just, just hanging out, just trying to, keep things moving. How about you, bro?
Listen, I'm trying not to be 400 pounds when this mess is over.
Yeah, look, hey.
I keep eating cheesesteaks, and hoagies and cheesesteaks and hoagies. Listen, it's wearing me out.
I know, dude. The cheesesteaks, the hoagies, the drive-through fast food places.
Come on.
I know. Look.
Come on. So tonight,
I'm doing it every day.
Tonight we are doing something special on tonight.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, and I'm glad that you came. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to do this, because we're going to honor and salute someone that was very, very, very special to me and very special to our city. Of course, the nation, but we claimed him first. Well, I'm sorry, his family claimed him first, and then we claimed him after that. I'm talking about none other than His Grace, the late Bishop Andrew J. Ford II. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Rodney, talk to me. Tell me, why is this, what we're about to do, important? Now, we're not going to go into what we're doing. I just want to know why. I want to build up to the moment of why this is important. We can start there.
All right, so it's so important to me that he was so instrumental to the city and gospel music. You know what I mean? And he's given so many people opportunities and chances to display their talents and their gifts. And so many major musicians and singers came through Ford Memorial and became the next big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the biggest musicians that's MDs for all these major, secular artists and stuff out here, has been through Ford Memorial. And Bishop Ford has given them an opportunity, a shot, to display their talent, to give their gift back to God, and then God made room for them to do other things.
Absolutely.
So I want to honor him and always remember to, honor his legacy and the things that he has brought to the city, and to the church people at large or whatever. And just don't forget, a gifted person like that, besides him being a bishop, a pastor, a father, a family man, all of those different things, he was a man of God, and he was so talented, So I just don't want the legacy to just die.
Absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of comments that I'm liking. I see somebody that that's in the room tonight, and he gave Bishop Ford was the kind of person, he gave everybody a chance. And this young man, let me tell you something. When I mean he had 1,000 lives when it came to Bishop Ford, he had 1,000 lives. I'm talking about none other than the grand poobah of writing. Brother Anton, Mr. Elder Ballhead Jackson.
Elder Jackson.
He's watching. Now, before we talk more about Bishop Ford, let me go back in my bag real quick, because I know you have the bag, but I have a bag. And let me pull this out and see if anybody, now listen, if anybody comes in the room that's a member of Ford Memorial, or if you've ever been a member of the Anointed Voices, this is the hashtag for you. Hashtag FMTAV, the number 4 EVA. Could somebody write that out for me? Hashtag FMTAV.
Wait a minute, I get a pen.
This is the hashtag for tonight. All right.
All right. All right.
So the
Yeah.
hashtag is hashtag FMTAV,
FMT
the
AV
number 4,
number 4
EVA.
EVA.
Yes. That is the hashtag for this broadcast.
All right.
All right. So if anybody comes in, I need y'all to be hashtagging that. We need that to hashtag. All right. That is the hashtag. So while y'all getting that, let me
Did
get
they get it?
this.
Hashtag FMTAU4.
What y'all know about this?
I'm here. Yeah. Okay.
greatest church choir that you will ever hear, the Anointed Voices, Bishop Andrew Ford. That was from the first project that was recorded some 20 years ago. Now, before we dive into this, those that are watching tonight, I thank y'all for tuning in. My brother called me a while ago and told me about this concept that he had. And when he told me, I was like, So I said to myself, I'm gonna need to hear this first, because the first thing he said was this music is 20 years old. Over 20 years old. Right. So when he said that, being because I'm a musician, I have two hats when I listen to music now. I have a musician hat and then a producer hat, but actually three hats. And now, since I'm on radio, I have my radio hat. Mm-hmm. So I have also, but every hat was saying the same thing. Every hat kept saying 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. And I'm saying, okay, I wanted to say, bro, this is 2020. You trying to take me back to 2000? And he said, I'm not doing nothing to it. I ain't adding nothing to it. It's like it is. I'm like, okay, now Rodney, now listen, you my boy, you my bro. Now I don't know about this. But he was so excited about it. So what made you want to do this now?
I think when I went back and scrolled and went into my vault and found it, and I listened to it, and it was just like, wow, this sound right now is amazing. And I wanted people to capture exactly what happened to us over 20 years ago in that Fort Memorial Church. And the sound and the atmosphere of it all was still the same. So when I listened to it, I was like, man, this sounds good. This is great. This is like this would be something good to present to the people, even though Bishop's not here. And we had already me and him had talked about adding it to the old project as a bonus track before he passed away. And when all of that started happening, things just, our mindsets just went a whole different place or whatever. We were so just worried about him and him being sick and stuff like that. Things just didn't, manifest itself. So when I got a chance to get my head together, get over the hump of a few things, and I listened to it again or whatever, and I was like, man, this is really good music. I need for people to hear what we caught 20 years ago that's relevant right at this moment.
Okay.
And then from an amazing, production at that point, the sound of it all, the instrumentation, the musicians that played or whatever. It's just a vintage moment, and I just wanted to bring it alive.
Wow. All right, we're gonna stick a pin in that real quick. We're gonna do do a little commercial break here. It's your boy. This is Zach Williams and Rodney Harris. We are doing a Choir Storm exclusive. So I'm doing a couple things here tonight. We're building up to the moment where I'm going to give you this music, and it's going to bless you. Because once I play this music, it's nothing else to say after that. It's really not. Because this is one of those things where the music speaks for itself. The integrity of the music speaks for itself. So y'all know, the Choir Storm, we play nothing but choir music. I give you nothing but choir music. So I wanna just take a right turn real quick. We're coming right back to Fort Memorial, but I have a new song that I need to hip you to. All right, and I get first of all, I get music all the time. And I don't listen to it all the time. But I went in my inbox and I had 137 emails.
Wow!
And I did not go through all of them, but I chose one, and this song. It comes from, now I don't have my glasses on, so y'all pray for me. I have it on my iPad here. That's what happens after you cross 40. Everything just go
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Everything. That's a personal testimony. Everything goes wrong after you get
yeah.
40.
Oh, I know.
Elder Rodney Jennings presents the Voices of North Central Georgia Jurisdiction Church of God in Christ, featuring Durandus Pace. Now, I'm not gonna give you the whole song, all right, but I'm gonna give you just a little snippet. This is a great song, and then we're coming right back to give you just one of what we need to do tonight. All right. Once again, the name is called "Call on the One." It features Durandus Pace. Now, if there's anybody that you want to watch this, I need you to share this. I need you to tag them. I need you to call them. Tell them get them in here so we can get these numbers up, so we can get some
Yeah.
more people watching this broadcast. And I see my cousin sister is watching. Ardelia D. Johnson. I just called her by her whole government name. But anyway, check this out, y'all. This is a good song.
Who can you call on when sin have you burned down? Call on that one from Bethlehem. Who can you call when friends the Lord gave me found? Call on that one from Bethlehem. Whenever you get in trouble and don't know what to do, call that one from Bethlehem. Just call on Jesus. He will work it out for you. Call that one from Bethlehem. Oh, for the King, gave his life for me. So that me could be free. Who can you call on when sin have you burned down? Call on that one from Bethlehem. Who can you call? Free the Lord gave me found. Call on that one from Bethlehem. Whenever you get in trouble and you don't know what to do, call on that one from Bethlehem. Yes, call Jesus. He will work it out for you. Call that one from Bethlehem. When you're sick and ready to die, shed his blood so I could live. Jesus is his name, y'all. We got to learn how to call him. Yeah, help in his name, Jesus. Jesus, my way out. Oh, Jesus, he's a bridge over troubled water. Oh, Jesus, he's a doctor in the sick room. When they gave me 3 weeks to live, it's been 11 years ago.
Yes, sir. That's a dope song. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. It's called "Call on the One" by the Georgia Central chapter of Church of God in Christ, featuring Durandus Pace. I had to put that out there. I got another one that I'm gonna give you in a few minutes. But coming back to this, so
Okay.
when y'all did the live recording, when was the live recording held?
It was held in Ford Memorial.
When?
It was back in, I want to say,
And I believe it was a Monday night, if I'm not
it
mistaken.
was 2 nights.
Monday, okay, Sunday and Monday, or Monday and Tuesday.
I think it was a Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
Because it was 2 nights back to back, and we was doing like, man, almost 20 songs. Actually we did like 21 songs. No, we did 20. We did 20 songs. So 4 songs didn't make it to the album.
Why not?
Because we had so many good songs. I mean, we had like my man Melvin Crispell came and gave 2 songs. He had a song on there called "Dwelling." You remember "Dwelling Me"?
Yeah.
Well, we redid our version of "Dwelling Me," and Crystal Knight destroyed that song. And then we did another song that JoJo wrote, that Paul Scott had did.
Okay.
So we had that one. Then we had the Yes Lord, that the Five Guys is, the Five Guys one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the one that, the Professor Kevin Pringle did an arrangement on.
Pause.
And that
Pause.
dude,
Elder Ballhead is giving the correct dates. He said,
who?
Anton, December the 4th and 5th.
December the 4th and 5th of 1998.
Jesus. December 4th and 5th of 1998. All right, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
1998. Yeah, that's what it was. And it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we had so many of the songs, and everything came across so good that it was just hard to pick. I mean, we couldn't do a double CD at the time. You know what I mean? It was the first CD, so we just figured we were just gonna. And plus, we had a lot of reprises that was gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to fit it all. And we just had to, make a selection.
Now, you just said a few things that I slightly disagree with.
What?
So the last thing that you said, we couldn't have done a double CD on our first. I'm gonna disagree with you because the reason I'm going to disagree with you because the hype was so real back then.
It was.
Y'all could have got away with it for a few reasons. You could have got away with it first of all because it was Bishop Ford.
Right.
You could have got away with it second because it was Full Memorial.
Right.
And everybody knows that Full Memorial is the church choir, period.
Right.
Just gonna leave that alone. Just gonna leave it right where it is.
Well, I think the other part of that too, that we was trying to save something in the can for the next time around, for the second project too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So since we had so many good ones, we figured, all right, we'll just hold this in the can, because we was definitely going to do a second project. You know what I mean? And then it just didn't come about like we thought. That's all.
Well, we've been corrected because Deacon Sean Bell is here now, and he corrected Antoine. The 4th and 5th was the second recording.
Antoine's was, yes, you're right. Antoine's was the second one. The first one was in '97 because I went to leave to go to Europe after we did it.
Antoine, you wasn't in Philly then. You was in Baltimore, New York, or somewhere in between during that time. Antoine, you wasn't here yet. He gonna kill me. Bro, you wasn't in Philly yet. You don't know nothing about this. No, this is way before you.
It had to be like, I want to say it was, I went to Europe in September of '97.
Okay.
So it was like either in July or June month. Look, we talking about 1997. That was a long time ago.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was either in July or June or July. I think it was July. July or August. No, July or August. Because I left to go to Europe in September.
Okay.
And we recorded it just before I left to go to Europe, because I told the promoter that I went over to Europe with about the Anointed Voices and Bishop Ford. And later on, a couple of years later, we got the Anointed Voices in Bern, Switzerland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now this recording, first of all, Full Memorial is known for the choir is always crazy, the voices.
Right.
But then the musicians.
Oh man.
The musicians. We got to talk about that, because the musicians, some of everybody
Right.
came through Ford Memorial.
Right.
Now, I don't want to start giving a list of the who's who that came through, because I promise you, we're going to forget somebody.
You're gonna forget somebody.
We're going to forget somebody. So we're going to talk. Let's just talk about this era, this moment, this project.
Okay.
Now, you had the pick of the litter of the who's who of the Philly sound on this record.
Right.
Can you run down some of the musicians that participated in this project?
All right. So from the door, we had James Poyser, who also produced the project with me. So we had James Poyser from the door. He coordinated, the musicianship, and then we had Jeff Lee Johnson on guitar. We had Vidal Davis on drums. Also, Daryl Parham played on drums. We had Daryl on there. We had Brian Lomax playing bass.
With the ponytail, right? Back then.
Yeah. And we had the incredible Derek Hodges on bass.
Yes, Lord.
We had Omar on keys.
Mm-hmm.
And we had JoJo on keys.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a full, band.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. Oh, and Aaron played percussions.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, man, I mean, it was an all-star, musician band of people. I mean, it was just so incredible. You know what I mean? Just the vibe that they gave. Everything was just so right on point. It was at a level of excellence that you just didn't see. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely correct for a church choir.
We talking about this guy, Jeff Lee Johnson, heard the music, played it one time, and he just was there. He just had it. Like, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? These guys was just so on point where they're on their levels and their skills of being a musician. It was just so, like, it was crazy.
For Memorial, for the musicians, and there's some musicians that are watching, and if what I'm about to say is wrong, y'all correct me. In my mind, Bishop Ford and Full Memorial was the breeding ground and launching pad.
Yeah.
For some of the greatest musicians.
Yeah.
That are relevant now.
Right.
Case in point, you could turn on the Tonight Show any given night and see James Poyser in the band.
Right.
Derek Hodges out there. And then Vidal was a member of the church.
Yep. That's
and
right.
left Full Memorial to become a Grammy, not nominated, but a Grammy award-winning producer.
Him and
Dre. Right, writing for Michael Jackson and Jill Scott and the whole 9 yards. So those are just two, but it's a plethora of musicians that benefited from the teachings, of Bishop Andrew Ford and being a part of that Full Memorial sound. So like at any given point on any given Sunday, you can look in a corner and see anybody over there.
Anybody.
And they would smash.
Right.
Exactly. So I want to, let's talk about a song. Let's talk about, let's go to Yes, Lord.
Let's go to Yes.
Before I do that, so at that time, I'm jumping because I want to bring all this together.
All right.
So who was the, you produced it with James Poyser.
Right.
So, I mean, I know these answers, but some of the people that are watching don't know, so I'm trying to pull it all in. Who was the minister of music of the church at that time?
JoJo Wiley.
JoJo Wiley
Was the minister of music at the time. And the crazy part about this was, all right, so the history of Fort Memorial from Greater Highway days. They always had a slamming choir and music, and you know what I mean? Everything was always top notch, being that, Stephen Ford was a part of that whole, conglomerate, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was a part of that. So when we came on the scene, they had their own sound, and the church was growing, or the church had split at one time, and then the church was growing, and this whole new flow of people was coming in.
But let me pause you real quick. So it didn't make any difference who came in. When Stephen Ford walked to the building, this is what happened.
Everybody moved so he can sit down. Exactly. That exactly. No matter who was on the on organ, piano, whatever, they just got up, out of respect. You know that
In the middle of the song.
in the middle of the song. They
But go
just got up
ahead.
out of respect
But
and
go
just let
ahead.
and got him to sit down and play. So Bishop had was like, I really want to do something like, and Bishop was out of his recording mode because he was now a pastor. So he was shepherding, what I mean? He was just his whole focus and everything was about that. And so we talked to him. I was talking to him about it, whatever. And he was like, "All right, well, let me think about it. Let me think about it." And we knew it was time to do something to, what I mean? And so me and JoJo just got together and we just started writing for the choir. You know what I mean? Giving them they already had a sound, but a created writing sound because they can sing anybody's cover tunes and smash them.
Better than the artist. I've seen it
Exactly.
happen. I've seen it happen.
So they had a reputation for singing cover songs and singing anybody, and it wasn't a whole lot of. They didn't have a whole lot of written songs for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were so busy, you know, able to sing everybody else's song and sing it better than the other choirs or the other artists. So we had kind of like developed our own style of writing together that brought that whole thing, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
into existence.
Mm-hmm.
And then we added some more writers and stuff to it, and that's how it really came about. And then Bishop was like, "Yeah, we getting there. We're getting there." And then once he contacted James Poyser, and then that other element of the musician side came in there, we was right there. We was right where we needed to be.
Let me tell you something. So Anton Jackson put up a good point. He said, "If AV got a hold of your song, forget it."
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep, that's the truth, Antoine.
Case in point,
Yep, yep.
Awesome God.
Oh
Y'all,
yeah,
y'all completely own that song. Awesome
oh
God.
yeah.
Y'all would tear
Right.
that song
They
up.
destroyed that song.
So let's go to Yes Lord. Give me the background on this song.
All right, so the background on this song, me and JoJo wrote this song, and we wanted to do something a little different. So I said, Bishop, why don't we do like a five guys harmony, 5-part harmony. Let's do like a Boys the Men, new edition, a gospel version of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, all right, let's see how that works. So we sat down and put the parts together, whatever. So it was Mark Britt, Paul Scott, Joseph Wiley, myself, and Bishop Ford. And we knew that once we step out and do it in front of the audience, the people was just gonna go crazy because it's not done. It's something that's just not done at that time in gospel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we came and so when we thought about it, we did it. We did it in rehearsal. Everybody, we knew it was gonna be an element of surprise to everybody, and it just created a whole nother atmosphere for the project.
Wow.
It didn't make the project only again because we had too many songs, but it was right there. I mean, it came across so well, man. It was a wonderful tune,
Now,
wonderful.
give me the names of the people that are on the song again.
Mark Britt, Paul Scott, Joseph Wiley, myself, and Bishop Ford.
All right, y'all. Are y'all ready? I just need to prepare y'all. I just need to prepare y'all for this thing here. This song sounds so great. The first time I heard it, I listened to the first, maybe the first minute, and I turned the song off. Like, are you serious? And I had to listen. But I was listening to it on my iPhone, and then I had
Right,
to come to my setup,
right.
and put it on again so I can listen to it in its fullness. The
Yo,
name of the song, it is called
yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. And let me give you the graphics. I can give you the whole scenery here. There we go. And for the first time anywhere. There we go. Sorry.
I give my all to you, my whole life through and through, by saying yes, yes, Lord. I give my all to you, my whole life through and through, by saying yes, yes. When you don't know what to do and your mind is all confused, when you can't see your way, you just open your mouth and say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes to your will, and yes to your way. I give my all to you, my whole life through and through, by saying yes, yes. When my pain's too hard to bear, no one noticed or seemed to care. I didn't realize you were there, but your presence is everywhere. My soul says yes, yes, Lord.
Sing it, Bishop.
Yes, Lord.
Come on, run.
Yes to you, and yes to your way. Yeah, yeah. I give my all to you, my whole life through and through, by saying yes, Lord. Yes,
You got it. I don't even know what to say.
Yo, man, it's still that song still bring tears to my eyes, dude.
Brother.
Just to hear it, and then to hear his voice, like if it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
And hear him doing runs and stuff.
Right, exactly, yo. It's just, I mean, dude, like, it just,
Have your moment. It's all good. We're family.
it's just an exciting thing to be to be a part of something. Because see, I know there was people that wanted his legacy to die, and I refused to do that. And I told him, when he was in the hospital, he gave me a little charge. You know what I'm saying? He said, he said, don't let stuff die. You don't let my legacy die. You know what I mean? And that meant the world to me, because Zach, out of everybody he trusted me. You understand what I'm saying? He trusted me for all these years, even to do his very first project. He didn't have to do that. He seen something in me, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't even see in myself. And that crazy part, I was doing my own little productions, and I had a production company with a couple of other brothers prior to going to Fort Memorial. And we was doing music and sending the music out to, record labels and producers and stuff. We was meeting with Maurice Starr and all these kind of stuff, secular people. And I didn't even know what I was getting ready for until I got to Fort Memorial, and everything that I needed to learn about being a worship leader, more of a singer, more of a writer, more of a producer, an arranger, all of that stuff really flourished once I got there.
Something about it was something special about Bishop Ford. Bishop Ford had the ability to see. I hope y'all can understand what I'm about to say is he had the opportunity. He had the ability to see the you before you saw yourself.
Yeah.
He saw what you were going to be versus what you were.
Right.
At that present moment.
Yeah.
Like he saw past your shortcomings.
Imperfections.
Imperfections.
All of that.
And he saw the perfected work in you. Something that you were saying, he could have chose anybody. First of all, his brother is one of the greatest producers, period.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that for him to go past that and trust someone else with his baby, because everybody knows that the Anointed Voices, was his baby, because he named them My Little Church Choir. That was his baby. Right. So for him to trust you, he already knew, what you can do.
Right.
He already knew what you were capable of. And the reason I'm saying that, because the people and the musicians and the artists that came in and out of Ford, he spoke life into all of them and pushed all of them. See, people don't really know my story. I came through Ford.
Right. I remember.
I was there. And here's the funny thing. I was there doing this period.
Right, exactly.
I didn't play on the session. I was there. I was a member, but I didn't play on the session. I had went to play someplace else.
Right.
But every time I came in that church, this is when y'all had that black baby grand piano sitting over on the other side.
On the other side. On the
JoJo, and you had the keyboards. When I would come in the door, he would be like, go get on the piano. I said, I'm not doing that, Bishop. Right. But the point I'm trying to say is he saw past imperfections and saw the perfected you. Like one of my last encounters with Bishop was, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. He showed up at my daughter's prom send off.
Right.
We were standing on the porch, and this is when I had signed with the record company, and I was proofing the project. I was looking at the cover and everything, and he asked me, he was like, "What's going on with your record?" And I said, everything is done. I said, "It sounds unbelievable. I'm happy with my label." He said, "Are you really happy?" Because before I signed with them, I told him, and then it was like all the questions that he was asking me. I stopped him and said, "Bishop, are you reading from something?" "No, I want you to find this out, find this out, find this out, find this out." I was like, "Okay, wow. I'm not gonna do all that." But the point that I'm making is, he took a look at my album cover, right? All he saw was the cover. He didn't look at the insert because I was trying to show him everything else. He said, I just want to look at the cover. I said, okay.
Yep.
So he stared at the cover. He kept looking at it. He looked at me and said, with that Andy Ford smile, son, this is it. This is the one. This is the award getter. This is the one that's going to do it for you.
Right.
And he
spoke it. He spoke it.
He saw past everything else. That's what I'm saying. That was the example, because at that time, back then, you were in between. You were still going to church and being a worship leader, but you were still doing your own thing.
Right.
But he saw past that other thing.
Yeah.
And so what he perfected in you. Let me leave it alone. Go ahead. Leave it alone. Go ahead.
You're right, dude. And that's how he was, man. And here's the thing, nobody's perfect about anything. Even though, we put pastors and bishops and all that kind of stuff on pedestals and forget that they are human.
Right.
They are human, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to make mistakes, but it's not our job to pretty much dictate or tell them about what their imperfections is. It's God's job to perfect them and make them who they need to be. It's just their job to be in place to be good shepherds.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Be the best shepherd that they can be and help people to get to where they need to get to.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and help to cultivate and develop the gifts that's in each one of us, because everybody has a gift.
Right.
I'm saying everybody's gift has a journey.
Right.
And you got to now bring yourself up to where the gift is to find out what is the journey that my gift has, and let the journey of the gift live itself out through you.
Powerful. You
know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when you don't do that and you don't allow that, then you do God a disjustice, because you have a piece of God in you. The fact that he breathed breath is one, and every good and perfect gift comes from the Father.
Come on, Pastor.
So he gave you another piece of him.
Right.
So don't start that. I'm just saying.
Right, you're right though.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
And, and people need to realize that, get beyond all the other stuff. Get to where the gift is, come up to where the gift is, and bring the gift back to the Father so it can be perfected and he can be glorified.
Absolutely. With Bishop Ford, some of the pick of the litter came through that church. I just seen someone else that was close to Bishop, one of his brothers, Bishop Bruce Parham is watching. Just wanted to give Bishop Parham a shout out. Love you, Bishop.
Hey, Bishop.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. Also seen Amanda Ryle watching as well. So
wow,
I just like to get some shout outs. So
I just seen Bishop Charles Lyles.
Bishop Charles Lyles is watching as well. It's a lot of people that's on here tonight, and I'm grateful. And
nice.
Someone else that kind of like came up through the ranks. He's not in Philly anymore, but he's doing some amazing thing. Christopher Lowe.
Oh yeah,
you remember Chris?
Yo, Chris, listen, let me get a little quick story. Christopher used to be at the church. He was playing. He would play at the church or whatever. And when he moved over and went to
Florida,
Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he was playing for Pastor Simmons, right? He went and did one of my songs and took one of the songs that I taught to the choir back then. It was called Glory to the King.
Wow.
And he took the song and they were singing it like crazy over in Florida. All over Florida. Pastor Simmons' choir was singing it all over Florida.
Wow.
So there's a group, you remember Mike Brown?
Mm-hmm. Focus.
Focus.
North Carolina. Mm-hmm.
Well, they heard Pastor Simmons and them singing the song, and they sang it so good, they thought it was their song and Pastor Simmons wrote it. Mm-hmm. And so Lowe called me and said, yo, this group want to record this song, and it's yours. And they started singing it because we were singing it, and then they wound up recording it or whatever over on that end of Florida, and he didn't even know. And so when Mike went and talked to Pastor Simmons, he said, yo, man, we recorded y'all song because, and Pastor Simmons was like, that ain't even my song. That's Rodney Harrison's song from Philadelphia. And then I wound up talking to him. I was like, wow, get out of here. So they were singing, Glory to the King over there for a long time before they even knew who the actual writer was.
Just like I said, Ford Memorial, Bishop Andrew Ford was the breeding ground
Mm-hmm.
for some of the greatest musicians that are out there. Because now, since we're talking about Chris is the musician and producer
Right.
for Lamar Simmons Project.
Lamar Simmons. Yes.
And I just told him
It's a
recently.
wonderful project
Yeah,
too.
wonderful project, and he got something else coming out. He better send it to me. I'm That's neither here nor there. But I play more. I play more Jesus all of the time.
Right.
Case in point, Ford Memorial is the breeding ground for musicians and singers and artists. Speaking of that, this next song, the person that arranged this next song.
Woo!
Now listen, that's a live all by itself.
Right. Exactly.
That's a
Yeah.
whole Facebook Live
All by
all
itself.
by itself.
Yeah.
When you talk about the name Kevin
Pringle.
Pringle.
There you
Now,
go.
during my tenure at the church, I would watch them go back and forth
All the time.
all the time. Bishop would tell Kevin what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin would tell Bishop what he's not going to do.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, whatever Bishop told him to do, it got done.
Right.
Talk to me about Kevin Pringle, Bishop Ford.
Man, Kevin Pringle was a different breed of writer and arranger. He was really kind of, to me, beyond his time. You know what I'm saying? And he could arrange he could take one-liners and like arrange a whole song off a one-liner and will blow you away. So, knowing that Kevin Pringle is the person that wrote Going Home. So when he came with Going Home, Bishop was like, yo, that's it. And then he said, oh, wait, but I have something else. And we was like, well, what else could you probably bring after bringing Going Home? Well, he said, I did arrangement on Eyes on a Sparrow. So there was a guy that used to sing with Total Commitment named Fernando.
Yeah.
You remember Fernando?
Yep.
Well, in the original of the song, we had Fernando singing first and then the choir coming behind. So Fernando was a guest artist for the project or whatever. And here's the crazy part. The song was already at 6 minutes with just the choir part. But I remember when we did that song, it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? And people were so blessed by it. So we never added the lead part to it because it came in 2 segments. You know what I'm saying? Of the song. But Bishop knew from the door that he had to have Kevin Pringle on the very first project of anything that he was going to do concerning Anointed Voices, because he just had a way, his writing, his ability, and the way he what he bring out of a choir. You know what I'm saying? All in one. He was just a phenomenal dude, man. God bless his soul. He was just great at what he did. You know what I'm saying?
And because of Kevin Pringle, he was responsible for the Ford Memorial Anthem.
Yeah.
Even though that song is not, what we're talking about. But
Right.
I'm just tying it all together. Like I said, this man was the launching pad and breathing ground for some great things in gospel music as far as, people following their gift and, working in their craft. So this song, Eye on the Sparrow.
Yeah, so you got, again, Jeff Lee Johnson. You got Omar Edwards on organ. You got James Poyser on keys. Vidal's playing the drums on this one. And you got Derek Hodges. What he doing this bass line, too.
Ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. And like, oh man, it's like I've never heard Eye on the Sparrow like this. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a whole different element of this song. But y'all gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. It speaks volume. And the Anointed Voices at that time, the voices that that first generation, and the Anointed Voices always have great voices.
Absolutely.
But that first generation really set the pace for how they was going to wind up being. You understand what I'm saying? Amazing.
So for the first time anywhere, you're going to hear "Eye on the Sparrow," arranged by
The one and only
Kevin Pringle.
Evan Pringle.
If his eye is
That song. Listen, there's only one Kevin Pringle. There's only one Kevin. Now there's some comments that I need to dive into really quickly before we go back to what you were talking about. First of all, the song is amazing. The song is amazing, and these songs. There was a choir back in the day that Kevin was the musician for.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and all of the songs that he wrote, and this is a fact, came from Rapture.
Yeah.
Because he wrote the songs. He would tell me I was in the bathroom and wrote the song. That's how we got I'll Go. I was riding in the car, and we got Walking Jerusalem just like John. So
Right.
I'm just saying that to say that that's how great this guy was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was taking him to a Russell delegation rehearsal, and for 2 weeks, this black man told me I got a song for them. I pick him up. I'm not getting off the subject. I'm just telling you how great Kevin was.
Right.
I go to pick him up. I said to Kevin, Kevin, what you teaching Russell? I don't know. I'm like, what? He said, turn the radio off. We riding on 95. All I see is him hitting on a chair. All right, I got a song. I said, okay. He said, so listen to this. I'm going to wait on him. Hit the keys twice. Done up. I'll put my trust. Then go up the scale. Bum, bum, bum. That's how we got Wait on the Lord.
Wow.
Riding on 95.
Wow.
Kevin Pringle was a genius, period. He was a genius.
He was.
So you combine that with
was.
Joe Jackson.
Right.
Nobody don't know what I'm talking about. True FM tears
Uh-huh.
understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
You combine that
Yeah.
with Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
This is what you come up with. Go ahead, bro.
But and when you to say it like what how you just explained, that's I think if I'm not mistaken, the story behind Eye on a Sparrow. He did that on the spot.
I believe it.
That wasn't something that he said he had another song or whatever, and it was a public domain song or whatever, and it was to him, and he did it on the spot. I remember him doing it on the spot, and he was like, "Oh well, I just did that on the spot." I was like, "Dude, are you serious?" You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that children of Israel would, sing his songs and stuff too, because he would probably, start them out with them too, as being the first, practicing whatever he's going to do with somebody. But that particular song, I know that Eye on the Sparrow was done pretty much on the spot. It was a last minute thing that he decided to throw out there, and we was like floored. Just how he did it. He was just amazing.
I
It was amazing.
think this is a fair statement, and Wayne Perry is watching. Give a shout out to my big brother Wayne Perry and Sean Bell. They were very close to Kevin, and I think what I'm about to say is a fair statement. With Kevin, everything was at the last minute.
Yeah.
Especially the songs.
Right.
No pre-planning whatsoever.
Right.
Just last minute. Who writes a song on the way to a rehearsal and their song is still a great song? Right. Now, I don't know the story behind We Serve a Mighty God, but I'm inclined to believe that he wrote that the day of rehearsal or while he was sitting in there listening to y'all sing.
Listen,
and y'all couldn't go nowhere without singing that song.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, We Serve a Mighty God is is an anthem for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, when Bishop heard that, and he was like, man, Kevin, he was so impressed by. I mean, he was already impressed by Kevin, but that right there took it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And like Kevin just knew about choirs and voices. You know what I'm saying? He had an ear for voices and choirs, and he knew what to bring out of them. You know what I'm saying? He just had a great ear. I mean, he was in tune when it came down to writing. I got to give it to him.
Let's go here. Wait a minute.
Come on, let's glorify.
That ain't what I wanted. There we go. anointed voices and tell them, we serve a mighty God. 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 Angels bow down before him. Heaven and earth. Heaven and earth. Shall adore him. What a mighty God. Heaven and earth. Hallelujah. What a mighty God we serve. Praise him. So when this song, I'm gonna let it play in the background while we talking. Y'all sing this song just about every Sunday when the song was first taught.
Yeah. He was stuck on it. Bishop was stuck on that song. he would not let that song go. It was just in him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just so amazing, and it's just the way, just the diction of it, how Kevin taught. You know what I'm saying? It really brought out the essence of the song and the meaning of the song, and that was something that was just great. And we. Like that was the signature. We couldn't go nowhere without singing that song.
Let me give you another one.
Come on, everybody, put those hands together. Soon I will be done. Soon I will be done with the troubles of this world. Soon I will be done. Soon I will be done with the troubles of this world. I'm going.
Yo, that was our bounce.
I know. Whew, my Lord, we took y'all back tonight. This is I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this, to pay homage to someone who goes down in the record books as a icon of Philly. In my eyes, he is the king of Philly gospel. So much came through him, and so many people are who they are today as a direct reflect of being attached to his greatness. I'm gonna throw it back at you, bro. This project, these two songs, when is it coming out?
It's supposed to come out on Sunday, on his birthday. So
talk about it.
Should be available on all the digital outlets. So I would love for everybody to go on your digital outlet, wherever you get your music from. Yes Lord, and download Yes Lord, and download Eye on the Sparrow, and tag somebody else to pick it up or whatever. It ain't about the money and none of that kind of stuff. It's all about just keeping his legacy alive, keeping people to remember who he was, what he's done, and what he contributed to gospel music, at a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole spectrum of it. And I just want people to remember. Like I told him, I ain't gonna never forget him. You know what I mean? I ain't never gonna forget him. Regardless of where I'm at, what I do, I'm always gonna remember he gave me a shot. He gave me an opportunity. Me being a worship leader was developed. I was not a worship leader when I came to Fort Memorial. I was a quartet singer.
Come on, quartet singer.
You know, Zach.
Oh, I know.
I was a real quartet singer. I was not a choir. Well, actually, I had a choir some years ago, whatever, called Congregation of True Ministry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, give us some background.
So I was. Matter of fact, tell it. I wrote that for my choir back then.
Really?
Yeah. And we used to sing on several programs or whatever. It was called the Congregation of True Ministry. And that's when I was, playing a little bit. I don't play like that or play anything like that anymore. I don't lost that part of the gift, but I don't even play the right. But anyway, that's where Tell It actually was birthed from.
Wow.
And then we wound up redoing it, and Fort Memorial did it on their first project. So I was not a choir dude or nothing like that. I mean, I went and listened to choirs and stuff like that, but I was a quartet dude. But when I got to Fort Memorial, I didn't even go there to sing. I just was trying to find a place for me and my family to worship at.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And Bishop knew who I was from the quartet scene. And he was up there, I want you to get up there and sing. He always was trying to get me to sing. And I wasn't trying to sing, dude. I wasn't trying to do nothing but just sit in the audience. And then one day, they got me to sing a song that Bruce Parham had recorded. I can't remember the name song was. But it was when he had Bruce Parham and Praise
Factor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the songs off of there. And then that's how I wound up singing with the choir. And then the next one came when he had produced the stand for Ron Juan and
I was
family
just
and
getting ready to
friends.
talk about
it. Back in 90, what was that? 90 something.
Yeah.
Six?
Somewhere
96.
around, yeah.
It was 96.
But that was, I was back and forth. I had came back to the church around that time.
Ron Wanans and Friends and Family. It didn't come out until like 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But we had already sang it around everywhere for 2 years prior to it coming out. And everybody thought it was us.
Of course
everybody
they did.
Thought they was like, yo, y'all sing that better than them. You know what I mean? So that was another thing that just happened. And, Steve brought that to the choir, and the choir just ran away with it, and made it them.
The thing was, like Anton said earlier, if Bishop heard a song and he liked it, consider it his. So when I was at the church, anytime y'all had a big concert or a big program happen at the church, it was one song y'all was going to sing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was Stand. Now, this is how bad it was. I don't know if you're going to remember this. Let me take you back. I think it was a Next Generation convocation service. Y'all was getting ready to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky Winans went over to Bishop Ford and told him to tell y'all to sing Stand.
I remember.
Now, this is when it's bad because Vicky Winans,
I remember,
from Detroit, is telling him to tell you to sing Stand.
Right.
You on the pulpit like this. Are you serious? Because that song got on there. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing song. But you got to understand, Fort Memorial sung that song all of the time.
Everywhere.
So those of you that are just joining us, I don't know where y'all been at, but this has been some good stuff. We gave you never before heard music, and we gave it to you from Rodney Harris. We are celebrating the life and the legacy of Bishop Ford. His birthday is Sunday. This project is coming out on Monday. Now, take a little commercial break real quick. I gotta give you something else before we get out of here. Go ahead. So there's another choir that has been very, 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 very quiet. Mm-hmm. And I see someone that's close to them that's watching.
Okay.
But he's been very quiet. He had moved away and he's back, in his area. And he has a new song. He sent me this song. Now, this gives more validity what I was saying, that people send me stuff and I just don't get around and listen to it. He sent me this back in January.
Wow.
And I heard it, I listened to it, but I went back to it recently because I was just listening to some music. Do y'all remember, I'm sure y'all remember, John Howard and the End Time Levites?
Oh, yeah, of course.
From Atlantic City, New Jersey.
How could we not remember John Howard?
Uh-huh. They working on something. So I'm only going to give you a snippet.
Just a snippet
of what he's doing.
Jesus is lifted high, lifted high, lifted high. The name of Jesus is lifted high in this land.
The name of Jesus is lifted high, lifted high, lifted high. The name of Jesus is lifted high in this land.
Sons and daughters shall be saved, shall be saved, shall be saved. Sons and daughters shall be saved in this land. Say,
Sons and daughters shall be saved, shall be saved, shall be saved.
we believe you, yes we do.
Shall be saved.
Revival fires falling down, falling down, falling down. Revival fires falling down. This land,
Fires falling down, falling down,
hallelujah.
falling down.
Yes it is, yes it is.
Fires falling down.
Sons and daughters prophesy, prophesy.
Aha, that's all you're gonna get. John Howard and the End Time Levites. I keep seeing fire.
Yo, that's nice.
It's coming. It's coming soon. I just wanted to give you a snippet to let you know that these choirs are working. And shout out to John Howard and the End Time Levites. Let me just go to the end real quick so you can hear where they end up at. Just a little bit.
Anything blocking your presence from us, we let it go, we let it go, we let it go. Cause we want your glory. On us now. On us now. We ask you for it. We believe you for it.
All right. That's all you're going to get. You're going to have to wait. I've heard the song. So, but listen, John Howard and the End Time Levites. I was trying to get his graphic up. I don't know what I did with it, but I will be posting it. The project, it says here, coming soon to all outlets.
Yeah,
Digital
we need
outlets.
that.
The name of Jesus lifted high. All right. So watch the End Time Levites. They're on Facebook and Instagram and on Twitter. My good brother John Howard, Bishop Charles Lyles. I see you, sir. God bless you. It's an amazing song, y'all. It's an amazing song. You got to get it.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, the EP comes out. It's 2 songs. Let's get the songs again, and I'm gonna put the graphic up.
All right, so it comes out. Actually, they're not in the EP form. It's just 2 singles.
Oh, it's 2 singles. Okay.
So yeah, just 2 singles. Yes, Lord, and His Eyes on the Sparrow. Yes, Lord is featuring Mark Britt, Paul Scott, Joseph Wiley, myself, and the late Bishop Andrew Ford, and the first generation Anointed Voices. And then the second song is Eye on the Sparrow, which is just features the first generation Anointed Voices. And I just would like y'all your support to come out and just download, tell your friends, your family that there's some new music that has to do with Bishop Ford, and that's be a good way to bless somebody else through this music.
Awesome. I want to thank everybody for checking us out tonight. Rodney, I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to let me do this. I don't want y'all to go off yet because I have an announcement that I need to make. Y'all know I've been doing Choir Storm for about 5 or 6 years now. And just let me get my little background music here, courtesy of rock music. Raheem Harris. Give me a plug, and let's do it right there. There we go. There we go.
Well, Zach already know that's my nephew.
I know, that's why I'm doing it. Because it's all in the family.
It's all in the family.
So this is Raheem Harris. He gave me talking music. I use it at WIMG all the time. But I've been doing Choir Storm for a few years now, and we were just added to another station. I'm happy to report Choir Storm goes to Black Gospel Radio next week, Saturdays from 6 to 8. We are now on Black Gospel Radio. So basically what this means, our show schedule looks a little like this. You can catch Choir Storm on Sundays on Lookup Radio, and you can catch it on Lookup Radio on Sundays. You can also catch it on WIMG. You can also catch it on Gospel Highway 11. And what happened to my schedule? But there we go. There you go. You can catch it on Gospel Highway 11, and you can catch it on WDIH 90.3, 90.1. It's in Salisbury, Maryland. It's another great station that you can catch it on. So I want you to check it out and check out what we're doing. All right, it's just great announcement, and I do appreciate everybody's support in listening to the broadcast tonight. Like I said, this is a different format than I'm using. I'm a one-man band tonight. I am the programmer. I'm the transitioner.
And great job, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I gotta give it to you. I appreciate you, man. I just want you to know that. Thank you for
No, brother.
Look,
listen.
When I first thought about it, I said, let me call my man Zach. Let's try to hook up and do something. You know what I mean? Just to keep things going or whatever. And it might not be something that's done every week or every month or whatever, but we're gonna remember. We're gonna remember. We're gonna keep remembering, and we're gonna keep doing what we can do to keep his legacy alive. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? Those that love him.
Absolutely.
We want you to chime in or whatever and give your support or whatever, and just let him know that, so he'll know that his work is not in vain.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He spoke into a lot of people. And the one thing I didn't say, and I didn't mention, there was a couple of people that I wanted to mention, like Jamar Jones and Aaron Draper, who, Aaron done been played for everybody. Curtis Chambers, who played for Eminem. All these cats was in for Memorial. You know what I mean? Jamar Jones, who's an amazing producer,
absolutely,
writer, a musician or whatever. He's done everything with everybody. And Omar, who's out and doing his thing, and MD and everybody. These cats love Bishop Ford. You know what I'm saying? They appreciated the fact that he opened up doors, or he gave them an opportunity, and then even though he knew their gift was greater than where they were, he allowed them to do whatever they needed to do for their gift to flourish.
And
you know what I'm saying?
The other thing that that was key to what you said, at the funeral, they all came back and jumped right in place.
All came back, dude. I reached out to everybody that I can reach out to. We reached out to everybody we can reach out to. You know what I mean? And thank you again for helping me to put that whole music piece together, bro.
No thanks needed.
It was amazing. It was a great way for him to go home on. You know what I'm saying? We did what we promised him we would do. You know what I'm saying? And give back to make it give it that place of excellence. That's what I'm trying to say. Because he was about excellence. Whether if you knew him, he pushed for excellence. And we had to do it on a level of excellence. You know what I'm saying? And everybody came back. Everybody was one mind, one spirit, just to celebrate. That's all it was about.
That's what I was going to say. What I loved about the celebration, especially from a musical standpoint, nobody came in with airs. Now these guys literally flew in. Got an Uber.
Nobody paid for them.
Got an Uber.
They flew in on it. They used their own money. They flew in.
They were on tour.
Hotels, everything.
Now they were on tour.
On tour, yes.
They flew in
to
play for the funeral. Got back in the Uber. Went back to the airport and went back to wherever they were at. That's respect.
Exactly.
And they came in without no big eyes, no little U's, and did whatever was asked of them, to send Bishop home. And that alone will show you the effect and the love that they had for Bishop Andrew J. Ford.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
again, Rodney, thank you for this opportunity. Everybody that tuned in tonight, thank y'all for hanging out with
Thank
me.
you.
It went a little longer than what I thought it was going to, but I think that he's worthy of it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I was able to do it. So y'all keep watching out. There's another announcement coming. There's another station that's coming. I had took a lax with Choir Storm because kind of got in my own way a little bit. But God is opening up some amazing doors, and I'm walking through it with this, and I'm gonna see it through. I started it, and I believe it's a great movement. I just saw my other brother, who is watching, Kevin Lemons from Atlanta. I want to give him a shout out.
Oh wow, Kevin Lemons was watching too, huh?
One of the greatest choirs ever, and he's coming with some new music as well. And I was telling him, that been doing this for a long time, and he was one of the ones like, "What you gonna stop for? You got to do this thing, man. What you talking about?" And Kevin, there's two sides to Kevin. It's the Kevin that you see when he's directing the choir, and then it's the Kevin when he's with his bros. It's two different things. He's very stern, very direct, and I'm grateful to have people like that, that I can talk to and confide in. So, everybody else that watch, Bishop Floyd T. Myrie, I see you watching as well. He's a member of the Levites. I really do appreciate all the support. And on Sunday, I want you to go to all of your digital outlets, and I want you to add Yes Lord and Eyes on the Sparrow to your playlist. We want this to trend, and it's really not about the financial aspect, but it's all about repping the name Bishop Andrew Ford and celebrating his legacy. Rodney, any more parting words, bro?
No, just thank everybody for coming through. Listening. I hope the music blessed you. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. Tell somebody about it. This is Bishop's birthday weekend. If he was alive, he would be there'd be things going on.
A whole production. Like Sean Stewart said on the thing, a whole production.
It would be a whole lot going on. So I'm sure other people might have some other things that they might be doing to honor his memory or whatever. I do have a video clip. I have some rare video footage that I'm gonna do a watch party maybe tomorrow and maybe Sunday morning or something. But it's some rare footage of Bishop Ford and the choir in Las Vegas when they went to GMWA and destroyed GMWA.
That's what they did.
Nobody else had this footage but me.
Wow.
and I got some other blooper things that Bishop did when he was doing some interviews. I thought that would be really funny or whatever to put out. And when he was in his element of prophesying and in church or whatever. So I think I'm gonna play that on do a watch party and play it. It's only like 30 minutes of it or whatever, but I think I'm gonna do that. And if y'all see it, chime in or whatever.
He's worthy of it.
What I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it'll be something nice to look at and see him in different stages of who he was.
Absolutely. All right. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I don't want y'all to sign off. I want y'all to check out the outro that I have, and I will see you next time on Choir Storm. Much love, bro.
Much love, brother. Thank you. Peace, y'all.